How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. This time we're ranking one of my favorite weapon categories, Colossal Swords. Let's get right into it. I've used every sword on this list a decent bit, some more than others. So, disclaimer, again, this is just my opinion, and you're welcome to disagree with me. But fuck you if you disagree with me on some of these. Alright, first on the list, Godslow's Greatsword. Monstrous. If you've ever used this thing, you'll know it hits like a truck, but it takes 50 years to wind up. And this might just be me, right, but I love weapons with coiled blades that hit incredibly hard. And this is no different, because on my first Faith build playthrough, this is my weapon of choice. And Black Flame is insanely good. If you haven't used anything that uses Black Flame, use this thing. It's worth it. Next up, the Grafted Blade Greatsword. You know, it's okay. It boosts all your stats by 5, but the Ash of War itself is kind of eh. So, it's not really a great weapon. It looks cool, don't get me wrong. It's one of the few legendary armaments in the game, but overall it's not a great Colossal Sword. The Great Swords. Griffith! Yeah, this thing's getting 8 here. It's funny guts moment. Funny guts sword. Hits hard. Does a fuckload of damage. Very versatile too. If you put maybe a flame enchantment on this thing, or Lion's Claw, you'll be poised breaking bosses to hell and back. Next up, Malekith's Black Blade. This thing does the cool, like, anime slice thing where you shove it in the ground and it like does like 4 million slashes, and overall it's a cool weapon. And it reduces the max health of an enemy permanently, also making it very versatile for Faith builds. And it's also got one of the sickest designs in my opinion. It just looks like a fucking meteorite was strapped to a piece of gold and like melded in the image of God. So yeah, one of my favorite weapons in the game. The Royal Greatsword. Rip my boy, but goddamn, this weapon is good. You turn into a missile made out of ice when you're using it, and overall the Ash of War is really good, and the reach on this thing is also really good. So yeah, pick this thing up, or don't if you don't want to kill Blythe. The Ruin's Greatsword, another legendary armament. I don't actually really enjoy this weapon. I find it to be kinda meh. It's not fantastic. Okay, no, you know, I'm being unfair. I need to rank it higher than the Grafted Blade Greatsword, if anything, because people will skin me. The Ash of War on this thing is really cool, but I think this thing's Ash of War would have fit better on the Meteoric Ore Blade instead. And this thing should have had Waves of Darkness. And the design is also really ugly, in my opinion. It kind of looks like someone just ripped a wall off a castle and stuck it on a stick and then called it a weapon. The Star Scourge Greatswords. Did you know if you have this thing in your, say, left or right hand and another Greatsword, a different one, in your other hand, you can have 3 weapons equipped? Like, visibly equipped. Anyway, they're very good overall. One of the best weapons in the game, in my opinion. But, I'm not, like, it's a good weapon and I do like it. It's just not one of my all-time favorites. So, yeah. Also, really good for in-scaling. If you're making a Battle Mage build, this thing is really good for that. The Troll Knight Sword, one of the more mediocre greatswords in the game. It's okay, it's not fantastic. The Troll's Golden Sword, also not great, kinda eh. They both look kinda bland, I wanna say. So, yeah. The Watchdog's Greatsword. I actually really like how this thing looks, weirdly, in comparison to these two, just because it has a thicker blade. Like, the harsh taper on these does not do these two justice, but this thing's massive, thickum blade, it paints a smile on my face. So, yeah. And finally, the Zweihander. Also, no, not F tier. I'm gonna put this thing in A tier. Yeah, I'll put it here. Okay, I have a quick rant about this weapon. So why is this weapon in Colossal Swords, but the Flamberger, which is a similar type of weapon in Greatswords? I've never understood that, but I really do love Zweihanders in real life. I love their designs. I love how this one feels. It's pretty easy to make a good Zweihander build. It's just not one of the greatest weapons in the game. It kind of pales in comparison to the regular Greatsword, but I mean, it's worth picking up. It's very easy to get, and it's very, very versatile. So yeah, That's my greatsword tier list. Well, Colossal Sword tier list. If you did like the video, then good. If you didn't, then, well, Griffith is gonna come fucking murder you. So, goodbye. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.